Hello, welcome to our channel, Gem Financial Modeling Academy. My name is Kay. This is the channel where we discuss how to build financial models using the FAST standard and building an efficient financial model. So today we are going to look at how to activate scenarios using the index function. As a matter of fact, we are going to use the index and the match function. So how do we get this started? The first thing you need to do is to get your scenario selector. So there needs to be a drop down for all your scenario cases that you might want to select per time. Alright, then you need to have your scenario table in place where you have the series of values giving a particular scenario. So for best case, you have all these values against this row label. So customer per call operator is 50 for the best case scenario. The base case scenario is 40. For worst case scenario is 20. So you have a table for all your scenario cases and values. Alright, having said that, then you have this space, which is what is linked to your model. So your model is being driven by these cells and not these cells. Alright, so we need per time to bring in values from this table into this range, given whatever we select here. So if you select base case, we want all the values for base case here, we want it lined up here. So we can only get to do that using some functions, some lookup functions. One of them is what we are discussing today, which is the index function. So let's get this started. So the first thing, you need to insert a drop-down list here. So how do we create a drop-down list? You click where you want to have your drop-down list. You go to data, then you go to data validation. Then when you get to data validation, you under settings, under allow, you click a list that you want a list. Then under source, you link to a source of all your cases. You know, the items in your list, you link to it. So it is advisable that you have it written in a cell. So I've got my own somewhere, so I'm going to click this, go to sign, and I'm going to go to the cell where I have the list. This is the list of all my cases, but I'm going to link to just 3 of them, not to the 5. And I'm going to hit enter and hit OK. Alright, so you can see that I now have a drop down list that I can select per time, you know. So whenever I select base case, I want all the values for base case to be replicated here. So because this is what is my model is linked to, you know. So if you want to do say you go to your formula, I want to trace all our dependent rows, so you can see that it is actually linked to that. Alright, so I'm going to clear that by pressing escape, and also go to clear the arrows. So I'm going to say remove arrows. Okay, so that is that. Found no tracer. Alright, so that is how, so this cells is what is driving the model right now. So in order to then look up, so we need to look up for whatever case is selected here and impute the figure here, and that will make us to write the index function equals index, and you see that the index function has 2 variations. So we are going to make do with the first variation, which is array row number and column number. So with that, I'm going to state the array as this big table, our scenario table, you know. So I'm going to log that with F4, but you can as well name this table, then comma. Then we have the row number. For the row number, whatever I select here is not on the row, it's on the column. So it's on the column. So base case is on the column, second column of this table. Best case is on the first column. Worst case is on the third column. So I don't need any row number. So I'm going to either input 0 as a row number, or I omit the 0 and put the comma. Okay, so it's either you put a 0 or you just omit the number. So the next thing is the column number. So for this column number, what column is base case in? Second column. If I choose best case here, what column is the best case? First column. So we need a function that can give us a series of 1, 2, 3 to signify the position of any item that is being selected in this drop down. And that function is the match function. Match function returns the relative position of an item in an array that matches a specified value in a specified order. So that's the match tab key. So it requires a lookup value. We are actually looking for anything we select in our scenario selector, comma, and that cell has been named as switch. Then lookup array. Where are you looking up for this base case? So we are looking up for base case in this range, the top row of our table. So we want to know the position of base case in the top row. Is on the second position. You know, I'm going to log that with F4 as well because it's a range. Alright, comma. The next thing, we need an exact match. Then we hit tab, and that's all for the match function. So in order for you to cross check the result of this function, you need to highlight the whole chunk of the function and hit F9. So you can see it's telling us that base case is on the second position in this top row list, which is true. So Ctrl Z, and that is all for the index function. So we'll close the bracket. So you can see that the index function requires an array, which is the whole table. The row number, nothing, we don't want to move by the row, rather we want to move by the columns. So this is exactly how to write the index function with the help of the match function to produce the column number in order to look up for a value, you know, in the column. Alright, while we omitted the row number, you can see that as we move by the row, we are only picking the item in the columns. So this is more smart way of using the index function. So hit enter, and we've got 40 for base case. Then for best case we've got 50. For worst case we've got 20. So replicate that across. Ctrl C to copy. Highlight the other cells. Alt HVS, Alt F, enter, and we've got all of the other values replicated. So if I choose the best case scenario, I've got all of these scenario values replicated here. So because this is what is driving the model, per time whatever we choose here is being lined up here and is driving the model. So this is how to activate scenarios in your model using lookup function, particularly the index and match function. I hope you have learned one or two things from today's tutorial. If you have not subscribed to our channel, please subscribe, and also remember to turn on the notification bell. Alright, so that is that about it. If you've got any question, please comment in the comment section, and if you've got any contribution, please also let's hear your view. Alright, see you in some other videos. Bye.